Hi and welcome back. This time I'm going to show you how I use Illustrator and my Silhouette cutter to do some print and cut. So right now I'm going to start with very simple stuff. So for example, in this case I'm going to start by I'm going to print and cut a sticker sheet of paper for my planner. So right now I'm in Illustrator. I've already organized my stickers and how I want the arranged to be. If you're very picky and kind of like borderline obsessive, I know you will like these tips. So I'm gonna zoom in. Like all of these is my artwork, and I don't know if you've already seen here, but I've got 3 layers going on. I've got my cut layer, but there's nothing right there on, I'm sorry, there's nothing right now. I've got my guides, which are logged, and I've got my art layer. And that's the layer I'm working on currently. And if I press Command Y in my Mac or Control Y in your computer, you will get the outline view. And this way it's easier to see this, to know which one of these are nicely aligned or not. Meaning, if I move this a bit to the right, there you go. See how these are overlapping? So once I cut that, I will get this like tiny bit of paper that's just gonna be off. So that's why I like using the outline view, so I can perfectly align my cuts to where they're supposed to be, like so. Very good. Zoom out just to make sure everything's right. Good. Wow, so that was easy. Sometimes I need to do a little bit more tweaking. Good. So that's my artwork, right? Now, this is how I do my print and cut. Now, here comes the nice part. So, these right here, this is my artwork, right? And I hate that dark line. I don't need it at all. So I'm going to select all of my artwork and I'm going to get rid of my outline. Here comes the interesting part. So this is my artwork. This is how it's going to print out. I'm going to go ahead and select the whole thing. And I'm going to copy that to Control or Command C to copy. And then I'm going to Command F or Control F. And what it did right now, it pasted in front, but in my very same art layer. So I'm just going to click and drag without moving anything else to my cut layer. So if I hide my art layer, ta-da, there you go. So you've got the exact same thing right now going on both layers. And this is why, because I've already traced this. There's no need for me to do everything over and over again. And it's going to be a pain to try to fit those exactly together. Oops, Command minus to zoom out. There you go. Now, as I said before, you need to export this to the Silhouette Studio. You need just dark or black lines, right? And white or no fill, as I said on my previous video. There you go. So this is what your Silhouette cutter is going to cut, right? Except for this. Let me show you what I do for things like my cute little cupcakes. So right now everything's grouped. I'm going to ungroup that. Ungroup. And I'm going to merge everything together. So I've got my pathfinder right here. I'm going to merge that so it's all just one thing. And then I do want a nice white outline. So I'm going to go to my object menu, path, offset path, and I'm going to give it an offset. Oop, something happened. This is just too much. So I like the joints to be rounded. I don't like harsh pointy lines, and 1/2 centimeter is too much. So wow, that works really nice. Maybe a little less. There you go. Okay, and I'm gonna make that one shape, and I can just get rid of group. I just can get rid of this altogether. Good. So make sure you only have the trace you want to cut, right? So if I turn on my art layer again, anytime soon. Oh yeah, here's the thing. I'm not able to see it because of course I've got a white fill, so I'm gonna get rid of the fill color. There you go. See? So all that black, that's where my silhouette is gonna cut, right? So I'm gonna show you another little trick I like to do. Especially for things like this, for the banners. Since I didn't separate these, my silhouette's gonna go like 1 cut and then 2 cuts and then 3. So by the end, this is gonna be cut all the way through, I bet, because it's gonna go through that twice, right? So I'm gonna turn off my art layer and I'm gonna just work on my cut layer. I'm gonna select all of these and I'm gonna merge them together, right? Then I will just add a line. There you go. Same thing, but at the end you only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cuts instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would take forever, right? So I'm gonna do this very same thing. Good. Now, another little trick I like. Sometimes, even though I use registration marks, the cut won't fall nicely or won't be centered nicely. So I do like to add a stroke line, just a bit of a stroke to my shapes, right? And I mean, just for there you go. For aesthetic, I round that. That's it. So allow me to fast forward again. Is I'm going to outline that. I mean, not outline, offset. Let's see if this works. Yep, it does. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to get rid of the outline completely. That's better, right? Good. God. So I'm done? Really? Cool. Of course, you don't have to do this. I mean, you are done by this. I mean, yeah. I'm doing this for a completely different reason, but because I'm gonna cut these in half and then I'm gonna place those in a half letter sized planner, so that's why I did this. Good. So now here it goes. I'm turn my cut layer off, or I'm gonna make it invisible, sorry. And this I'm going to export as a PNG file. Oh, but before I do that, let's see. No, everything's good. So this is how it's going to look, right? I'm going to save it as a PNG file. So file, export, PNG, I already have that. So I'm going to name this planner stickers. Here it goes. Examples, that's me. Planner stickers, and I'm going to call it, oh god, 04. I just lost track of how many stickers I've got by now. So I'm going to call it 04. And I'm going to use my artboards, which is just one, and I'm going to export. And I'm going to save it in a medium resolution. I'm going to make sure the background is white, and then I'm going to hit OK. Okay, now for the cut, I'm going to turn the art off, and I'm going to turn the cut layer on. Well, I'm going to draw a rectangle that's going to be the same size of my page size, right? Like so. Good. And just as I said before, ooh, my dog just hit himself. Just as I said before, make sure there's nothing grouped, right? Because then this won't be able to read it. So don't panic. I'm going to select everything that's on my art layer, and I'm going to delete that. Yeah, don't panic. Or if you believe your artwork or your work is in danger, what you can do is you select all of your cut, you Control C to copy or Command C, and you open a new file. So my file is not really letter size, it's in A4, which is a little bit bigger, and I'm gonna paste that right there. I'm gonna click on File, Export, and I'm gonna say this is a DXF. And I'm gonna use the same name. This time it's gonna be cut. Here you go, export. Ta-da. Okay. So now I'm on my Silhouette Studio. So I hit on File. I'm gonna change the print page setup, and I'm gonna select the A4 size in my case. If you're working with a US letter size, that's fine too. So I'm gonna select, where is it, A4. Okay. And I've got to do that here too. Yeah, you've got to make sure it's everywhere, because you've got to make it foolproof, right? Okay, so I'm gonna click and drag my PNG. I'm gonna go to the transform settings or scale window, however you want to call it. I'm gonna select my PNG, and I'm gonna make sure the width or the height is 21 centimeters in my case, or it should be what, 8 inches in your case if you're using US size paper. Something's not right. Oh, there it is. Center to page. Isn't that gorgeous? And now I'm going to click and drag my cut. Same thing, I'm going to center that to the page. And it's super important, do not click and drag, because I don't know why once you scale that by using your mouse, by clicking and dragging, it screws things up. Please don't do that. Use the scales, the scale options right here. So I know the width should be 21 centimeters in my case. I'm going to apply that. There you go, it fits perfectly. Now you can go ahead and print and cut. Now I can go ahead and add my registration marks, and it's going to fall in gorgeous. There you go, and I can just go ahead and move these. The whole thing, Control or Command 8 to select all, and you can just scale that a bit, maybe 95%. Apply. Ugh, that's too much. What about 98%? That works. Very good. So that's it. That is how I do print and cut. It takes a while, but trust me, it just cuts perfectly. As if you were using this just a Silhouette Studio, you would have tons of free blank space right there and you would hate it. Good. So thanks for watching. Feel free to comment and please subscribe, and I promise I have some new videos sometime. Thank you. Bye-bye.